Welcome to the 2021 Word Up competition. I am Kentilia Louis, your host for this journey into poetry. We have 16 students featured for the competition this year, and these students have been working very hard. They started off in October and have had many sessions with their coaches and their mentors. We are extremely proud of the library for reviving this competition now in 2021, 10 years after it was first conceived by Mrs. Sarai Francis Swanson, a librarian at the time, and also, of course, a member of the creative fraternity. I now invite the librarian, Mrs. Kathy Birch McDiarmid, to give the opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. It feels great to welcome all of you to round one of our Poetry Slam. Word up! Word up! The Hunter J. Fasua Library, as part of its mandate to promote literacy, created its very own Poetry Slam in 2011, the brainchild of Sarai Aishine. The concept behind the Poetry Slam is to use spoken word to strengthen literacy skills, empower the youth to lift their voice, and provoke thought. Word Up was a fixture on the National Library and Information Week annual calendar of activities until April 2015. This year, we decided to host the Slam in November in preparation for the upcoming Nobel Laureate Festival. 16 poets will compete today, with 8 moving on to the finals on January 28, 2022, as part of SALCC's activities in celebration of our laureates. This is indeed another wonderful opportunity for our young creatives and demonstrates the impact that libraries continue to have on the community and development of our youth. It has been such a pleasure coordinating and planning this event, and of course, witnessing the growth and development of our poets under the mentorship of their assigned coaches. Our poets have been working hard for the past couple of weeks in preparation for this slam. They're dedicated, disciplined, and passionate about the art form. Word up! Word up! Yes, poetry is alive and well. Literacy is truly at the heart of our work at the Hunter J. Fasua Library, and we will continue to play our part in promoting this mandate, in providing SALCC's poets with the platform to showcase and hone their literary skills. We hope you enjoy the slam.
Thank you, Mrs. McDiarmid, for your remarks, and thank your staff as well for all their hard work in making sure that we are here today. Another group of persons who have helped us with this competition, we can't say thanks enough, are the personal coaches. And we have quite a number of persons from our creative fraternity who, when the call was put out there, they said yes. They are Drinia Frederick, Jessie Leos, Catherine Atkinson, Stan Bishop, Adrian Auger, Naomi Grandison, Sarai Aishine, Francis Swanson, and Lisa Dublin. Thank you so much for giving your time and contributing. At this time, I would like to welcome my co-host, the original host of the Word Up competition, Mrs. Natalie Jolie Fanis.
Thank you, Kentilia. It has always given me great joy to host Word Up, organized by the Hunter J. Fasua Library. And let me just add my voice of congratulations to the library and the staff for reviving such an important competition. My task here is to introduce the judges and the judging criteria. You too can be part of the criteria. So our poets need to have stage presence. They need to use their body. No props, no add-ons can be used. They just need to communicate that message. Their vocal quality will also be judged. the clarity and audibility of voice, articulation, enunciation, fluency, modulation, and projection. The next criteria is delivery and interpretation of the poem. And that has to do with how well they know their poem, how well have they memorized it, how well do they understand their poem. So their comprehension and emphasis and the creation of mood. And the fourth criteria, complexity of the poem. And that speaks to the poet's theme and message. And that must be clearly expressed. So that is the judging criteria. You get your pens, your paper, and do your own judging at home. But our slate of judges are here, very well known in the creative industries. And I will start with Mr. Shane Sherry. Shane Sherry is the senior producer at Choice TV Media Zone Company. He's also the lead news anchor for Choice News Now and the host of Solutions and Fellas on Choice TV. Outside of that, he's a seasoned theatre stage performer, having represented St. Lucia at 2 Carifestas. Shane is the co-founder of Headfunk. Ms. Gemma Weeks is a critically acclaimed multidisciplinary artist whose work has appeared in numerous anthologies, literary journals, on stage and on screen. She's currently working with the Line Animation and the BBC. Mr. Royston Emmanuel is the head of the e-learning academy at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. He's also a writer who has been inspired by Caribbean poets Mervyn Morris and Camus Brathwaite. Mr. Emmanuel has published in a number of anthologies, including The Caribbean Writer, Wasafari Magazine, and Cordite Review. Our next judge is Ms. Valerie Rages, who is a teacher by profession. She has 38 years of experience in theatre and performance and has represented St. Lucia at Carifesta. Ms. Rages is currently the theatre arts teacher at the St. Mary's College. Ms. Martha Lewis is a published author who currently works with the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Since publishing her book, she has performed at her church, at WORRRD Alive, and other stages in St. Lucia. She's also involved in crafts such as jewelry making and crochet, among other things. And that's our slate of judges for this WORRRD Up 2021 competition. We wish them all the best with their task today. And now, let's meet our poets. Our first poet for this WORRRD Up 2021 competition is Miss Naya Lynch. Naya is a Year 1 student in the Construction Engineering Department. Her poem is entitled, Just Breathe.
Just breathe, you say. The four walls mock me as they inch closer and closer. It's all right. You'll be fine. It's going to be okay. Yet my body rejects those words like a bad odor. You shove these lies along with pills down my throat to keep me calm. Instead, they ring in my head like someone set off an alarm. You've diagnosed me with post-traumatic stress and expect me to wear my emotions like a brooch on my chest. All my life, I've been treading a path of broken glass. You think I can just move on and leave everything in the past? Inhale, exhale, relax, just breathe. You've said those lines so many times, you sound like a scratched CD. You're turning me inside out, reopening wounds and leaving bigger scars, trying to figure out how far is too far. You say you feel my pain, and it's okay to shed tears. You wouldn't understand because when my own blood licked me to the bone, you weren't there. I was beaten black and blue, stumped on, used like a doormat because all I saw was on the shoes. Slowly, you're turning my reality into a nightmare, letting me drown in my ocean of fears. But this joke's on you. I'll ride this wave right to the shore of my grave. Deep breath in, release. I've been breathing since I was born. So why can't I find peace? Never ending tears, my eyes are a broken faucet. You've turned me paper thin in filling your pocket. Pain and I are two ends of a magnet, and my heart says I can only find peace in a casket. You say no. I can keep everything in check. Well, this train is speeding downhill and it's about to wreck. This vicious cycle of torment has me morphing into a slump of distress. Your journal writing and breathing tactics have made me nothing but depressed. I've had enough. I've reached my limit. Whatever this stupid battle is, I forfeit. Come back next week, you say with delight, after quenching the fire I had left in me to fight, at the expense of my sanity. You've drained my energy and money just to say you understand me? Remember to breathe. No, don't tell me to breathe, because when my lungs shut tight, nothing goes down my windpipe and all manner of life just ceases. It's okay though. I'll go back to Gaia and I'll take my breathe. My oxygen level is 0, so I can't, no matter how many times you say, just breathe.
That was a wonderful poem, very complex. Just breathe. I'm excited for more. What's next, Natalie?
Competitor number 2 is Melanie Richard. Melanie is a Year 2 student in the pre-college program. Her poem is entitled, My Dear Brown Skin Girl.
My dear brown skin girl, my sweet cocoa twin, do you know from head to toe, like the sun, melanin shines bright through your skin? Do you know it is that melanin, your pure heart of gold, thick chocolate lips, your clouds of afro hair, your dazzling smile, and the large soulful eyes that make you a queen? Your skin is divine, so redeem your light and don't be afraid to shine. For you will be judged either way because of your blackness. They will even stare and pierce you with their hatefulness. For your magnificent beauty has caused tremendous envy and jealousy. So they crave what's within and what lies beneath your radiant brown skin, wishing they had more pigments of melanin. My dear brown skin girl, your wounds of rejection and humiliation, hatred and discrimination, have formed a crown of thorns, and though they stab and cause you pain, embrace your scars. For they tell a powerful story, your story, of the storms and trials you've experienced. So yes, it is a part of you, but no, it does not define you. You may dislike your wide hips, your thick, luscious lips, and even cry about your fat cheeks. But God made you, and He makes no mistakes. So don't you dare hide away. Show those perfect, pretty pictures, and let yourself be seen. For you are gorgeous in every absolute way. My dear brown skin girl, your black is beautiful, needing no correction or apology. It symbolizes your power and history, and more importantly, your God-given beauty. So lift your head to the glorious sky and walk with honor and pride, seeking no validation because your blackness is simply perfection.
Your blackness. Yes, I'm loving the love she's given to the brown-skinned girls out there. Oh, very nice. Okay, let's see what the next poet brings.
Competitor number 3, Ethan Leand. Ethan is a Year 1 student in the Economics, Trade and Finance program. His poem is titled Bird Boss.
One thing about me, I love my birds. Sometimes I give them my word that I might not add another bird, but as I see it, my cage is infinite, enough space for every bird to fit, to meet, to eat, and sometimes compete. Elections are fierce, with some decent pairs, others equipped with shares, hearing news of affairs. My job is to calm the fear, which I handle with so much care. Sometimes I give them my word that I might not add another bird, but as I see it, birds need to laugh, smile, and have a good time. Forget about the problems for a little while. This is where I come in. Share a couple jokes or rare compliments, helping birds with their confidence, like alcohol running through their system, taking this opportunity to kiss them, pulling them closer to my body, giving birds a sense of security. At this point, this is where I copulate, taking all precautions not to procreate. Sometimes I give them my word that I won't add another bird, but as I see it, friends come around and marvel at my collection, wondering how I caught these birds without rejection. I tell them, it doesn't listen. All birds want is permission to speak their mind without judgment and often without your opinion. Is it so easy? Yes, just sit there and listen. Sometimes I give them my word that I won't add another bird, but as I see it, they chirp among themselves and become friends. They fly to the ends, feeling themselves that my cage is theirs. Bird watchers try to impress them with wealth, but they often choose their mental health. Therapists, they call me, or whatever she said. All of them are happy to share me, knowing that their turn is stress-free. But there is one bird that nagged me, wanting to become my one and only. This bird takes all my attention. All I want to do is just release the tension. Maybe to free is the answer. Or say that we'll be together forever. Wait, what am I thinking? I remembered I could only have one. Unfortunately, that was no fun. Wondering if my bird is impressed, or if I'm missing out on the best. Stress and anxiety causes this falseness. Sorry. Not sorry. I've got my whole life ahead of me. One bird is not my priority. But this cage, with so much variety, allows me to live life without anxiety. When I'm ready for exclusivity, I just might need psychiatry.
Wow, birds. I have to think about that. That bird concept, very, very clever, very much so. Loving the rhyming and loving the metaphors. Okay, I'm ready for the next.
Our featured guest poet is a St. Lucian singer, songwriter, poet, and public health educator. Please welcome Miss Naomi Ngozi Grandison.
Oh no, oh no. Where do we look, where do we go? Oh no, oh no. We drink the tears of suffering souls, wash away the dreams of children, erase the smile of our collective soul, yet look beyond ourselves for healing. We search for help outside our wisdom. We bought a prayer from the pulpit. We drowned our destiny in oblivion, ignored the voice of inner logic. We search for help outside our wisdom. We danced the tunes of overseas. We traded our purpose for institution, got tangled up in policies. Oh no, oh no, oh no. look where we look where we go. Oh no, oh no. I saw the face of wisdom in my solidarity, in the space between my thoughts underneath the fake projection of society. It taught me how to befriend me, let others be, and take responsibility for my inner self-discovery. I discovered the power of my creativity and saw how I had become a part of the insanity. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where do we look, where do we go? Oh no, oh no. Where do we look, where do we go? Where do we look, where do we go? Why search for help outside our wisdom? Drink tears of suffering souls, wash away the dreams of children and complain about this world. We are the world. We are the world. We are the world, aren't we? We are the world, aren't we? Wow, Naomi, you have me thinking here. That was a wonderful piece. Thank you so much for being here.
Competitor number 4 is John Tench. John is a Year 1 student in the CAPE program. His poem is titled Real Pain.
It was supposed to be a run-of-the-mill Saturday night. Netflix plus comfort plus the breeze of my fan equals heaven. A rush drives my fingers as I sign in, only to be rejected with incorrect password, a churning in my stomach, a truth too hard to swallow. No, you couldn't do something like this. You're my brother. No. But things change and people lie. Even now, I lie to myself, thinking he's better than this. The run-of-the-mill turns malignant, ruining my Saturday night. That breeze of my fan sends chills down my spine. He's better than this. I whisper, my tongue blisters at this beautiful lie. My ears pulse like Creole drums, strapped tightly and beaten with vengeful force. Maybe once more could work. I tried the keys again, see if maybe they'd open a door for me. Because you wouldn't do that. You're my brother. No? I should have noticed it sooner. The signs were there. He stole our todays and our tomorrows. We shared her at first, my sweet Netflix. Then you whispered sweet nothings to her, your trademark seductive sweetness. She'd tell you about new shows that week or a new season here and there, and then the silent transplant of her love to your phone. Last week I was almost shut out entirely. 4-screen limit. She reproached me like a scorned lover. But enjoy your downloads, she reassured. The kind of reassurance that goes, he's just a friend, or you're just jealous. But today, no. Today she spurns me. Incorrect password, not once but thrice. Called her, no answer. Called him, he insists he knows nothing. There is no reassurance now. What's done is done. My keys don't work for me, but his work for him. He's won, and this ménage à trois is two.
I love it. A ménage à trois for Netflix. I can understand that. I can feel that real pain. I understand it. Wonderful contribution. Woo, it's getting hot here. Next poet.
Competitor number 5 is Krista William. Krista is enrolled in the Sustainable Tourism and Hospitality program. Her poem is titled Divine Makeover.
There she stands, eyebrows arched, arms crossed, decked out in robes of hubris. And here I am, gazing at her from a distance. I can feel the vibrations of her repelling glare, willing intimidation and fear. But fear is only false evidence appearing real, and so I approach. I am ready to face the wrath of a Goliath, vigorously pelting stones upon my shield of faith with deadly aim to reduce me to nothing. But love propels me to see beyond her fortress of arrogance and bitterness, and to compassionately consider the trauma she might have endured. Beloved, I just couldn't be daunted by your imperious facade, for I can visually discern that foundation of pride applied with a brush of rejection, that smoky eye shadow of deception which blinds you to your inner truth, a concealer that veils childhood hurts and pains, a lipstick called profanity smeared upon your vocabulary, and to complete the look, that is blended and powdered up with the belief that there is no God. Standing here before me, a living, breathing a canvas, illuminating a chaotic cocktail of confusion, yet above all, I see the price that was paid so that you would no longer paint an image of yourself that you were never created to be. Oh, portrait of exquisite excellence, if only you could see through the binoculars of your creator, counterfeit labels fastened upon your being would melt as wax after all. You were worth dying for. He took the blows and the whips and the kicks and the nail-pierced hands, and after all that he said, "It is finished." In other words, you are enough. 3 words awaiting your acceptance to the banquet of a fulfilled life. In laying down his life, he offers authority, security, love, and humility as a new foundation. And no need for concealer, for he is the revealer, healer, and deliverer. Overshadowing the deceptive shadow, blinding your eyes, he coats your lips with the gloss of his truth. Beloved, indeed, there is a God, and like a butterfly emerging from her cocoon, he yearns to reveal hidden beauty, now shielded from society, and to make you over.
Imperious facade. Wow. Ooh, that wordplay. Wonderful. And an interesting look at religion. Has me thinking. Let's see what the next poet will bring.
Competitor number 6, Elijah Montut. Elijah is enrolled in the Sustainable Business and Innovation Program. He's a second-year student, and he will be performing Journey of Love.
I sit here drunk in fear as I write, while potential outcomes dance in my mind. Every part of me prays, Father, that you will understand that this young man is still your blood, and nothing can replace that. Before, you knew that I did not want to go, but karma slapped me so hard that I now call this place home. It all began when I landed on site. There, I saw a color palette come to life. Looking at the people we were sent to oversee, they too were a real beauty with a dark-colored skin. What cemented my heart's change was when I caught her in my gaze. She's perfect, a goddess in every single way. She has skin the color of honey, soaked in sunlight, with luscious pink lips as well as deep brown, passionate eyes. Her hair, the color of silhouette black, was tightly braided into a bun with only a few reaching for her bosoms. The clothes she wore was just like the rest, but she wore it better than the rest. A crimson sunset color head wrap that shielded her braided bun with earrings that match. A white dress that hinted red where the upper half hugged her bosoms as if they were being held. The lower half white, overshadowed by the same crimson sunset pattern that could not hide her curvy waistline. Her demeanor complemented her beauty as well, for she looked like a ballet dancer, holding a basket on her head and the other hand holding her dress in the air. She must have been a magnet because my heart began to spin. 1 step, 2 steps, my body was like an orchestra that did not want to be led. I scoured my brain for the most charming thing to say, and all I got was good day. At least, she looked my way, her once passionate eyes became hooded, helping to display a resentful smile. I did not need to be a psychic to see that I was being judged for my military appeal and my colorless skin. With every word, I tried to romance her as if it was life or death. Day after day, this is the ritual I displayed, for she was like a puzzle that needed to be decoded, and I was determined, no, I was devoted for my love to be known. Soon, she opened and she told me a tale of woe. A girl whose mother died when she was 6 because her master worked her to the bone. Though she lived long to see freedom being born, she was still a slave, for her past kept her from moving on. I apologized for what? I don't even know why. My mind could not fathom why my heart sympathized. With this, her head laid on my chest. She was like the missing piece that now has me complete. It did not end here, for her people did not agree, nor will my 10 fellow officers side with me. Overcoming hurdles with her, if fear did not grip me as I sent this to you, I could have written a much better version of Romeo and Juliet for you. Overcoming hurdles with her hand in mine, it's funny how our skin united both sides, though for a while. I imagine you will not approve, and that's okay, because I am no longer at war with myself, for my mind has conquered the nonsense that's been planted inside my head.
Oh boy, looking at history through the eyes of this character, I think I need to go back and find my history book and, yeah, see if I see a little bit of that. You know that, what did he say? Skin of the color of honey soaked by the sun. Very nice. Okay? All right, I'm ready for the next.
The faint light of dawn crests the mountaintops. The roosters crow their impatience as if urging the sun to hasten its arrival. And the darkness slinks away from the approaching dawn like a thief escaping from his unsavory nocturnal activity. Gradually, the trees emerge from their silhouetted shadows as the birds chirp, tweet, and coo the mellifluous welcome song. The chaotic cacophony of the night creatures recede with the disappearing night, and the canopy of stars withdraw the twinkle from the sky as the day regains its dominance, claiming victory in this incessant wrestle between light and darkness. Then you walk onto the grass-carpeted land to ground with Mother Earth and embrace Father Sun at Anne's retreat. And the radiance of the dawn is absolutely enchanting, inspiring you to voice, "Oh God, you are so magnificent."
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Thank you for being here. Wonderful contribution, and we have to say Computer World has been a part of WORRRD Up from since the beginning. Thank you so much for sharing your talent.
Competitor number 7 is Jade Thomas. Jade is enrolled in the Engineering and Circular Economy program. He is a Year 1 student, and he will be performing Conversations.
Conversations in the dark have the tendency to spark relationships so deep that we lose even our will to sleep. Quicker than we lose our appetite when our life is blown apart like dynamite. Even faster than we lose our creativity when put in the face of adversity. And as our words wander to each other under the cover of the night, we succumb to this trance-like love without fright. Tireless conversations with no end, forsaken sleep schedules we cannot mend, time from our lives we begin to lend as our hearts and minds continue to blend. As infatuation grows stronger than reality, and together we seem to defy gravity. Our appreciation for each other grows even stronger than a tempest blows. But good things never seem to last. As the demons in our lives conjure up the past, opening up wounds so vast, then into a grand canyon of tribulations we are cast. And what we built breaks apart so fast. Is perseverance for love too much to ask? But it isn't just the darkness. It's the person you share it with that will reset all your feelings and inhibitions, driving you crazy with newfound ambition. However, be wary of that weapon that holds within it all your secrets. It will lash out with no remorse, that hellhound. Your tongue will leave you heading southbound, catching you when you least expect. And with all troubles come the reoccurring habit, as oftentimes our pride fails to admit, while our brain takes too long to transmit, like a champion in a fight unwilling to submit, that those we love can cause so much pain when in our lives we force them to remain. Because like a house on sinking sand, it's a weight it cannot sustain. But as the light begins to fade, and we reflect on the strides we had made, we look out for a flicker of hope that affection will provide the spark to rekindle the lost flame started by conversations in the dark.
Conversations in the dark. Woo! I want to have a conversation in the dark now after that. Let me see what the next poet will make me want to do.
And our final competitor for today is Sharissa Isidore. Sharissa is a Year 1 student in the Agri-Entrepreneurship Program, and her poem is titled Nostalgia.
As I gaze at the glistening ocean, I wear fascination like a crown, recalling these cheerful times in my infant years when mother baked those decadent, luscious chocolate chip cookies that melted on my tongue. The buttery taste that lingered from those chocolate chips, how those crumbs slid down my lips. The aromatic scent of roasted nuts drove me nuts as it filled the air. That tenderness when Christmas illuminated the atmosphere, where melodies were therapeutic to my ear. The strings of lights were radiating stars as they formed a canopy. Carnivals of colors winked at me and triggered a giggle, and the rattling jingle bells tingled my timbers. I yearn for these moments every day. Unfortunately, these unforgettable events have faded away, like flames put out by water, sizzling as they die. The melancholy feeling of reminiscing engulfs me. Fervently, I pray that these memories will forever stay young, but like unraveling minuscule strands of thread, it is a perpetual fight in vain, leaving me in pain. As rivers of tears cascade through the windows of my soul, I think about how these memories evoke my senses with a certain color, fragrance, essence. Ultimately, in the pain of gratification and retrospection, these memories become hazy. Sadly, time races, leaving traces of ashes. Now the past is out of reach, it seems. Memories have fizzled into clouds of dreams. Uncertainty of what's subsequent drives me to insanity. Life has evolved into an unceasing, bleeding wound that swells turbulently. It's tedious now. The routine is constant. Leisure has vanished like the shadow under the searching light of self-abnegation. But anyways, my heart still aches. Aches about how seasons have changed in life. Now recognizing that I'm clutching onto the past like an infant to her mother's hand, it's time that I grasp the lesson that nothing precious lasts. Like autumn, leaves that plunge and scatter in the wind to usher in winter that drenches the earth for the sprouting of a new abundance of evergreens. And so it is with life. As I move forward, I will embrace gratitude like a companion. Live and accept the present moment.
Chocolate chip cookies, Christmas time. I am feeling nostalgic now. Wow, these judges will have a difficult time. Kudos to the judges. Nice first half.
Thank you so much for joining us for the first edition of Word Up 2021. Be sure to join us next week for the second edition.
Oh no, oh no. Where do we look, where do we go? Oh no, oh no. We drink the tears of suffering souls, wash away the dreams of children, erase the smile of our collective soul, yet look beyond ourselves for healing. We search for help outside our wisdom. We bought a prayer from the pulpit. We drowned our destiny in oblivion, ignored the voice of inner logic. We search for help outside our wisdom. We danced the tunes of overseas. We traded our purpose for institution, got tangled up in policies. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Look where we go. Oh no, oh no. I saw the face of wisdom in my solidarity, in the space between my thoughts underneath the fake projection of society. It taught me how to befriend me, let others be, and take responsibility for my inner self-discovery. I discovered the power of my creativity and saw how I had become a part of the insanity. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where do we look, where do we go? Oh no, oh no. Where do we look, where do we go? Where do we look, where do we go? Why search for help outside our wisdom? Drink tears of suffering souls, wash away the dreams of children, and complain about this world